Good day, everyone. Today we'll continue for the last part of obligations of partners with third persons. And before we're going to go for the solution and winding up, and again, I would just like to reiterate really for 1822 and 1823, which are very much essential na provisions of the this subject. If you could recall, ang 1822 to 23, those are those exceptional circumstances wherein that makes the partnership solidarily liable to third persons, diba? So kung yung kapag pong any of the partner have committed in the ordinary course of business, committed a wrongful act or omission, causes injury to others. And 1823 ay yung kapag yung situation na ang one of the partners acting within the scope of his authority, he receives money or property from the third person, and then he misappropriates or misapplies it. And then in cases as well, yung partnership in the course of its business, nakatanggap siya ng money, receives money or property from a third person, and then it has been in the custody of the partnership and any of the partner have misapplied it, then the partnership would be liable. So in those cases, although in essence 1822-23, and then idadagdag pa natin ang 1824, which says that all partners are liable solidarily with the partnership for everything not chargeable to the partnership under 1822 and 1823. So under 1824, basically all the partners are solidarily liable with the partnership for everything na chargeable, that is including loss, injury, cost of third persons, o di kaya man yung mga penalties incurred because of any wrongful act or omission. We have discussed this one, but I just want to wrap this up. So, provided that that partner is acting in the ordinary course, yung ating apparent, diba, usual way or apparent way of business ng partnership or with the authority of his co-partner. So, whether innocent or guilty, all the partners are solidarily liable with the partnership itself. So, when could we say that the partnership and the other partners then are not liable? So, it should be concluded that in cases if the wrongful act or omission was not done within the scope of the partnership business and for its benefit or with the authority of the co-partner. So not done within the scope, not for the benefit, and not with the authority. It would not bind the partners. So if the act or omission was not wrongful, so basically later on napapatunayan na o di kaya it turns out na hindi daw mali yung act na yon. So it would not basically then, well, ordinary would now no longer bind the partnership and would not hold the partnership liable. If the act or omission all the wrongfully that make the partner concerned liable himself, so basically it could be na pinapatawad na or ini-waive na yung liabilities, although there is a wrongful act or omission. Or if the wrongful act or omission was committed after the firm has been dissolved, so it has stopped its business and the same was not in the connection with the process of winding up. So all those instances, the partnership and other partners would not be liable. So in essence, 18, 22, 23, and 24 articulate that it is the act of a partner which has caused the loss or injury to a third person that makes all other partners solidarily liable with the partner. So because of the words um, any wrongful act or omission of any partner acting in the ordinary course of the business. And meron din po tayo dun sa ating provision na one partner acting within the scope of his apparent authority and misapplied by any partner while it is in the custody of the partnership. So basically, the obligation is solidary because as what I've mentioned, the law protects the third person who is in good faith, have relied upon the authority of that partner he is dealing with. So whether such authority is real or apparent, hindi na po issue yon. So a third person who transacted with a said partnership can hold, of course, the partner solidarily liable for the whole obligation in case po a third person falls under the exceptional circumstances under 18, 20 to 23, and 24. So, mananagot pa din ng all the partners, di ba? If hindi sapat po yung assets po ng partnership. And then, if that would be the case, then um, the other partners who also answered for the obligation done by the or the wrongful act committed or injury committed or damage paid by caused by that partner, then he could go after payment. He could go after that partner. Ano, he would go after that partner. So aside from that, um, that partner as well, if he have caused misappropriation, he would be liable as well for estafa. And there has been a lot of Supreme Court cases ruling into that matter, and in cases na there would be misappropriation po in the partnership assets, and that partner has used or has caused the or has you make use of the money of the partnership. So what would happen then? To continue, I hope that settles everything up. And to continue for the last part here, what would happen if there will be a partner that would be admitted or newly admitted to the existing partnership? So would that mean that the partnership would be dissolved? So those things could be answered under 1826. So under 1826, it says that a person admitted as a partner into an existing partnership is liable for all the obligations of the partnership arising before his admission, as though he had been a partner when such obligations when incurred, and then except that his liability shall be satisfied only out of the partnership property unless there is a stipulation to the contrary. So 1826 tells us basically, kung ating isa-summarize, yung newly admitted na partner ay liable sa kung anumang obligations meron ang partnership as if na siya ay have been a partner when such obligations were incurred. So, ang only exception lang, dapat ay yun lang yung pambayad doon ay yung partnership property. So, let's have an example. A, B, and C are partners. D is admitted as a new partner. Well, D liable for partnership obligations contracted prior to his admission to the partnership. So under 1826, it's a yes, but his liability will extend only to his share in the partnership property and not to his own individual properties. So had he been an original partner, he would be liable both insofar as his share in the firm is concerned and his individual or his own individual property. So let's have an illustration, by the way. By this example na lang. Ano? So let's say, for example, A, B, and C and D formed ABCD partnership. Ano? ABC partnership. So pagpapalagay natin, meron silang 200,000 na capital contribution each. So that is 600,000. So the partnership was formed on January ng 2020. Tapos sa kalagitnaan ng year, which is around July, D was admitted to the partnership. Ang kanyang contribution naman ay 100,000. So meanwhile, ari namang si partnership naka-incur ng obligation in the amount of What are these? Excuse me. Remind me later, excuse me. So, meanwhile, etong si partnership, si ABC partnership, ay naka-incur po tayo ng loan. Let's pause for a while and just have an illustration. So again, let's continue. For a better illustration, what if nga there is an entry of a new partner to an existing partnership? How would what would be the liabilities of that new partner? So as an example, as what I've mentioned, under 1826 now, a new partner would be liable as if he has been a partner to the partnership. So even those which are incurred prior to his admission ay siya din ay magiging liable, but limited only to his to the share of the partnership property. Anong ibig sabihin yan? So let's break it down through an example. So here, on January 2020, ABC partnership was formed. Ano? So ABC as partners both contributing 200,000 each. And on June 30, 2020, ABC partnership ay loaned money from Y, which is in the amount of 900,000. So on July naman 2020, D was admitted as partner. He is contributing 100,000. So in this case, what would be the remedy of Y in case daw po he would demand for the payment of the 900,000 alone? Firstly, Y would go after the 700,000 na contribution, di ba? He would go after the capital ng partnership. That would be 200 times 3, 600 plus 100. That would be 700. And thereafter, of course, under 1826 daw, he could go after the individual property of A, B, and C partners. He could go after. How much is the remaining balance? 300. So, pwede siyang mag-attach ng mga property, personal property ni A, ni B, at ni C. Hindi natin isasali si D kasi according to 1826, yun yung limitation, except that his liability will be satisfied only on the partnership na property. Yun lang sa kino-contribute niya, diba? And then, unless there is a stipulation to the contrary. So, the thing there is that he would still be liable, but limited to his contribution to the partnership, to those obligations incurred prior to his admission or prior to his entry as partner to the partnership. But what if the loan is contracted after D, the new partner, has become or has been admitted to the partnership? Then the answer would differ. Ang remedies ni Y ay mag-iiba. So still, the total capital contribution is 700,000. Short pa din tayo ng how much? 200,000 ba? Sorry. Short tayo ng 200,000. So he would go after the personal properties of A, B, C, and D because ang obligation ay incurred na after D has been admitted as partner. So hope that is very clear with us. And another question after that provision is that does the admission of a new partner dissolve the old firm and create a new one? So here basically the answer to that is a yes, because the old firm has been dissolved, and then the original creditors would not be the creditors of the new firm, but the original partners, hence may lose their preference. Because no, this is under basically yun na nga madidissolve, but under 1827 another provision is that comes to the preference of credits, but still the point is it would cause the dissolution of the partnership since there is a new entry of a new partner, and based on the very foundation of, or the doctrine of the lactus personae. It affects really the trust and confidence, the based on trust and confidence of the partner. So basically, it would really dissolve the partnership. But what would be the effect of the new creditors, or as with regard to old creditors of the new firm, old creditors of the old firm? So to avoid injustice, according to the under the civil code, together with the new creditors of the new firm, they're also considered as creditors of the new firm. So still, these creditors enjoy the preference. And if we have to include 1827 under this provision, 1827 says that the creditors of the partnership shall be preferred to those of each partner as regards the partnership property. Without prejudice to this right, the private creditors of each partner may ask for the attachment and public sale of the share of the latter in the partnership assets. Anong ibig sabihin ng 1827? So, under 1827, tatandaan natin na yung ating pong mga creditors, and we learn this one as well in our other subjects, na sila yung may preference, 'di ba? Sila yung uunahin, ang third parties, or the creditors would be our priority when it comes to the payment of the out of the partnership assets. So kung ang mga partners kanina, base sa ating mga example dito, meron tayong example dyan, ano? So let's say for example, Y is already a third person here, which the partnership has a liability. Siya ay may preference, unahin nating babayadan ng utang. But what if someone, like say for example, F has an personal, si A ay may personal na utang kay A, or someone also has a personal utang against B, or someone has a personal utang against C. Hindi na yun sapat, yun lang yung natatayong pwede nilang habulin. Well, still pa din, ipaprioritize natin si creditor, and then yun pong mga tawag nito, yung mga personal or individual na mga obligations incurred by the partners, din gagawin na lang nila, may ask for the attachment and public sale of the share of the partners in the partnership assets. Ano? Kasi we have to take into account that the creditors of the partnership contracted with the partnership. Tapos, di ba, meron na siyang juridical personality, which is separate from the partner. So, again, the preference is given over the creditor of the partnership. So, yun po. That concludes this part, and we'll continue on the solution of the partnership and winding up.